Welcome back. A September regatta in Venice is making waves on social media.
Some boaters are unhappy that the Intercoastal Waterway is expected to be closed during the one-day event. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley joining us live from Venice with more details. Christopher.
Well, good evening. This is the problem as the boaters see it. This is the Intracoastal Waterway. It's where the regatta is slated to be held later this year. This is also the only way to the Gulf of Mexico from a major marina that's just at the end of this water and to the right. Now, that's going to be a challenge for boaters who want to take their boat out on the day of the regatta. The Sarasota Scullers Youth Rowing Program recently received approval from the City of Venice and the U.S. Coast Guard to hold a regatta along these waters coming up in September.
I think it's awesome. Couldn't be more fun.
Paula and Jim Holman are familiar with the Intracoastal. They say the one-day closure is perfectly fine with them.
I think anything to do with you can celebrate and bring in people and bring in some revenue to the area is fantastic.
It is, however, not fine with some of the folks who commented online on ABC7 Coverage Partners, the Venice Gondoliers Facebook page. Patrick writing, "This is a really bad idea, not to mention that we have spent millions on a facility for rowboat racing. Get these things out of the ICW, the Intercoastal Waterway." Further comments go on to say, and they're closing our boat ramp to us, the boaters. Others we spoke to took issue with the City of Venice providing security. The Marine Patrol boat will be out on the water that day. It could cost thousands of dollars in taxpayer money.
I just like it because it's very slow pace and easy going and relaxing.
The Intracoastal is a very popular spot on a beautiful day, and despite some comments wishing rain on the day of the regatta, most of them seemed in favor of it. The regatta is happening on Saturday, September 15th. Most boaters will not be able to use the Intracoastal Waterway between sunrise and 4 p.m. Now, some boat ramps, including the one at the Venice Train Depot, will also be closed that day. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thanks so much. A new device designed to help disabled golfers has made its way to the Suncoast. The Paramobile can hold someone up that cannot normally stand on their own. It was designed for disabled golfers, but is also used in other sports and activities like fishing and archery. A Paramobile was recently delivered to the Suncoast Golf Center in Sarasota. Wheelchair users are discovering a new level of freedom and independence with this device.
It allows me to play golf out here with my friends, with my family. I played all summer with my grandson, who's a senior in high school. It just got me out here again.
Arnett hopes the new Paramobile at the Golf Center will encourage others who are disabled to get out and play again.
19 teams representing 7 high schools from Manatee and Sarasota counties competed in the Minnesota Regional Envirothon today. The competition prepares students to solve current problems in our environment and become responsible stewards of the environment as adults. Students were tested in the areas of forestry, soils, aquatics, wildlife, and much more.
I believe that they're getting a sense of teamwork, how to work together as a team to accomplish a goal, and they're also considering pieces of information about the environment that they probably wouldn't otherwise consider.
About 100 students competed for those awards and a chance to represent their county in the statewide Envirothon this spring. And what a great day to do that outside.
Perfect weather for them, yeah. I'm sure they enjoyed it out there. Let's get more on our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yes, a beautiful day it was today. A lot of folks taking advantage of it too. Hopefully, it looks like it's going to continue on into the weekend for the most part. Probably not as sunny as it was this afternoon, but still not too bad. 72 degrees right now, the dew point 51, and the relative humidity at 48%. We have a wind out of the west-northwest at 6, and the pressure way up there, 30-15, and that is holding steady right now. We can see some clouds moving basically west to east. Well, that's the upper variety of clouds, the higher clouds at 30,000 feet associated with that fast-moving stream of air known as the jet stream. But these clouds here are lower clouds, and they're moving out of the east-southeast, and that's the reason why we're warming up today. That low-level flow is going to also increase some moisture availability, but not enough to really bring us any rainfall with this front, which now stretches from West Virginia down south. Well, not like that, but nonetheless, it stretches down south into Louisiana, into Texas. It will continue to move off to the southeast, and be in our neck of the woods looks like late Friday night, but not bringing much in terms of rainfall, just a few clouds around expected. Well, much more in our weekend weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. One father is taking what he calls community policing to a whole new level, outing men who he believes are meeting teenage girls for sex live on social media. But is it a method of community policing that law enforcement supports? ABC 7's Alan Cohn is here now with more on the story. Alan?
Scott, police are not embracing this in any way. Shane Coyle can disguise his voice to sound like a teenage girl to attract men to meet him. He sets up meetings with men who think that they're meeting young girls. Then when Coyle shows up, he confronts them live on Facebook. Tonight on ABC 7 at 7, Jess Dowdrick will introduce you to Shane Coyle and the operation he calls the ultimate decoy.
Will state in a social media network site, it could be one of the many ones that you're probably thinking of right now, post an ad stating that we are a 16-year-old female or 15-year-old, whichever one, we decide to do, and just looking to hang out. That's all. Sometimes the ads just are that simple. 16-year-old female looking to hang out.
Coming up at 7, you'll see one of these encounters that was streamed live on Facebook, as well as hear from law enforcement experts about their concerns about what Coyle is doing. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Alan. A new report released by the Florida Senate says while the state is sending fewer people to prison than in the past, those who end up behind bars are staying there for a longer amount of time. The study from the Crime and Justice Institute based in Boston says there are nearly 100,000 inmates housed in Florida prisons, and the per capita incarceration rate in the state is more than 20% higher than the national average. According to the report, a combination of minimum mandatory sentences and a strict release threshold are keeping those numbers high, even for low-level criminals. 2/3 of Florida's prisoners are locked up due to nonviolent offenses. The bill's sponsor believes prisons are already too crowded and that society and many inmates would benefit from alternatives to incarceration.
Because of that research, now we have a bold list of solutions that I think helps us separate the people that we're scared of from those that we're mad at.
The report recommends reclassifying felony drug possession as a misdemeanor, increasing the felony theft threshold from its current $300 amount, and eliminating a requirement that nonviolent offenders serve at least 85% of their sentence.
In an effort to avoid gas stations running out of gas prior to a hurricane, the Florida Senate is now looking at a plan to stockpile fuel reserves around the state. A 9-member task force would recommend a plan for the state to meet both private and public fuel needs during natural emergencies and major disasters. Florida struggled to keep up with fuel demand during Hurricane Irma last year. As 6.5 million people were ordered to evacuate their homes, drivers reported spending up to 12 hours on routes that typically are covered in 6 or 7 hours. And the situation grew even worse as ports where fuel enters the state were closed due to high winds.
This bill gives an opportunity now for the state to prepare better in the future so we can have those fuel locations up and ready in case a disaster comes and that we need to have those fuels available.
The task force would be appointed evenly by the governor, the president of the Senate, and the House Speaker.
A fun sports tradition on the Suncoast taking place this morning. The resident manatees at Mote Marine Laboratory in Sarasota making their annual picks for the Super Bowl. Buffett and Hugh are trained daily at Mote Marine, which is how they were able to make their picks.
By having them trained, we're able to ask them to do a variety of tasks. In today's task, what we asked them to do was swim to either the New England Patriots logo or the Philadelphia Eagles logo.
Well, Buffett chose the Eagles to win the big game, and Hugh chose the Patriots. However, Buffett is actually pretty good at this. He has picked the winner correctly in 8 of the last 10 Super Bowls. So I don't know which one you're going to go with, but Buffett and Hugh both have a pretty good track record.
Yeah, well, Buffett's much better than Hugh, actually. But he missed picking the Patriots last year. So I thought he might go back to the Patriots this year, but he likes the Eagles.
We'll see, I guess.
We'll find out. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
Fish oil supplements can cost a pretty penny, why you might want to save your money instead.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Are you shelling out big bucks for fish oil supplements? With more on why you may find a financial windfall, here's ABC's Michelle Franzen.
$1.2 billion. That alarming number, the amount of money Americans spend on fish oil supplements each year. Many people pay up assuming these supplements with their omega-3 fatty acids improve heart health. Eating fish with omega-3s is certainly good for you, but the pills? New research from the University of Oxford looking at studies on fish oil pills to find out if those big dollars translate into big health benefits. Taking fish oil didn't really show much of a link to improved heart health or the risk of death related to heart disease or heart attack risk or risk of a major vascular event like a stroke. And even when the researchers looked at high-risk populations, people with known heart disease, diabetes, or high cholesterol, they arrived at the same conclusion: no perceivable benefit of these pills. The study didn't look at eating the fish with the omega-3s, which we know has health benefits. But when it comes to fish oil supplements, instead of spending all that money on those bottles, researchers might advise you to use it on something that'll really help your heart, like a gym membership or a new pair of walking shoes. With this Medical Minute, I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, Sarah and Soda, high above ABC7 studios here in Sarasota, Florida, and relaxing, enjoying the nice day today, and having some fun as well, according to Dottie. This is the WWSB Ospreys right there, and they're up here. You can check them out on our website. Just go to mysuncoast.com/Osprey and check them out. Right now, Casey Key webcam checking out that area, looking pretty good. Out on the water is flat, calm conditions, and seas look to be pretty stable over the weekend too. So boating weather is okay. There'll be some showers on Sunday, looks like late, especially north. Satellite and radar imagery showing not much going on right now. It's pretty quiet. There's a front of boundary approaching now into northern sections of Alabama. You can see some showers there into central Mississippi. And not a lot of heavy weather, just some moderate rainfall, some snow occurring over parts of Kentucky this afternoon. And you can see that colder air spreading southward. The cold air isn't going to make a big plunge to the south. The trough in the jet stream is going to be limited, so it's not going to push all the way down here. It will just generally move across the Mid-Atlantic coast states over the weekend. It is bringing bitterly cold weather to a lot of the visitors up there in Minnesota. They're getting a taste of what winter is like with bitterly cold wind chills taking place over the weekend, with highs only in the, for the most part, single digits to maybe 10, 11 degrees, it looks like, on Super Bowl Sunday. It'll be tough getting from your car to the game. And the dome obviously offering some protection there. But we'll look at the current conditions here. It's 72, dew point 51, winds out of the west-northwest at 6, and the pressure 30-15. That's high, and the high today was 75, so above average after a 49-degree low this morning. And temperatures currently into the mid-60s right near the water. That's due to the water temperature being in the low 60s with a little sea breeze keeping things cooler there. But places like the Meadows and Palm Air and Kensington Park and Rosedale, 71 degrees. Laurel Oak at 71 and 66 in Osprey. So coastal locations a little bit cooler right now. Northport at 75 and 75 in Plantation. Well, the European forecast model is suggesting that this first front falls apart and kind of hangs up stationary down to our south on late Saturday and into early Sunday. And then the next system starts to develop here in the Gulf of Mexico with the approaching cold front later on in the day on Sunday. This is Sunday at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and you can see some rain over the Panhandle. Rain starting to gather here in the Gulf, and then as we push through time, looks like by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, some showers could be around. That rain chance, though, at about 30% for early afternoon showers. It bounces up to 40% chance for showers later on in the day, and then eventually Sunday night and into Monday morning. Most of it should be over by Monday morning. Here's a look at some of those cold temperatures. Not too cold in Toronto right now, but you move west, Green Bay at 9 and 6 in Minneapolis, and 9 in Bismarck, 18 in Omaha, 35 in Wichita, a bit warmer in Dallas now at 62 degrees and 77 in Houston. Well, the forecast is calling for pretty good boating weather tomorrow. North winds at 5 to 10 knots with a light chop on there. Seas running right around 2 feet, and similar conditions expected over the weekend. The forecast for 7 days, the Groundhog Day, looks like the forecast, by the way, for Pennsylvania and Punxsutawney Phil will probably not see a shadow, and that means in early spring. There's a 90% chance of that happening. 40% chance for showers later on Sunday. Temperatures remain pretty warm, though, right through Thursday of next week. 74, not a lot going on, as high pressure will keep us pretty nice next week. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. Looking forward to it. Time now to check your first alert traffic. In South Sarasota County, traffic is moving along down I-75 with no backups, so it should make for a smooth ride home. Scott?
Thanks, Jacqueline. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk's company called Boring Company recently launched flamethrowers. The devices go for $500 a piece, and he sold them out in only 5 days. Outlets including TechCrunch and USA Today report that consumers bought all 20,000 of the units for a total of about $10 million. Musk said on Twitter that the devices would ship with a complimentary fire extinguisher. There are not any federal regulations on flamethrowers, but some states do regulate them.
Starbucks now has its own credit card, and it's not just for coffee. The Rewards Visa card is backed by JPMorgan Chase and lets you earn Starbucks rewards points called stars when you shop at other retailers. The new card is an apparent bid to boost slowing sales at the coffee giant. Starbucks said in its fourth quarter earnings report that sales at U.S. stores open at least a year rose just 2%, well below their expectations. The Starbucks credit card comes with an annual fee of $49. Interesting.
Yeah. Coffee lovers love to check it out. Right? Entertainment news is coming up next.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off
off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. We're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Los Angeles County Sheriff's investigators say actor Robert Wagner is now a person of interest in the death of his wife, actress Natalie Wood. She died under mysterious circumstances back in 1981 while sailing with Wagner and actor Christopher Walken off the California coast. Now, the CBS show 48 Hours is airing an interview with authorities who reopened the case back in 2011. One detective said fresh bruises gave the appearance that Wood had been recently assaulted when she died. The show will feature interviews with both detectives along with Wood's sister, Lana. It will air this Saturday at 10 p.m.
Octavia Spencer is making sure people get the chance to see the new superhero film Black Panther. The Oscar-winning actress announcing on Instagram Wednesday that she plans to buy out a movie theater in Mississippi. She says she will use that theater to offer Black Panther screenings to those in undeserved communities. Spencer did not say which theater she plans to buy out, though, but urged fans to stay tuned. The actress previously bought out screenings of the film Hidden Figures in low-income neighborhoods of Los Angeles. Black Panther will be released in theaters on February 16th.
That's awesome. Great idea. A lot of people looking forward to that movie. It's already
I know.
Setting records for a superhero movie for
Really?
Pre-ticket sales. Yeah, it's going to be big.
Interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Carmina Burana in Motion. Carl Orff's choral masterpiece, Carmina Burana, bursts into life in this lavish production designed for 60 voices, 3 celebrated soloists, a 2-piano percussion ensemble, and dynamic premiere choreography performed by members of Sarasota Contemporary Dance. Do not miss this lush feast of the senses. Saturday, February 3rd, 4 p.m. at Church of the Palms in Sarasota. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 941-387-4900.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.